when I first started trying to get educated collegiately, I started off as many students do in California in the community college system. And as a high school senior, I enrolled in American River Junior College. Now, to be fair, my father went to UCLA, my mom went to UC Davis, so I did have some social advantages over other children, but my parents divorced. When I was about 14, I started having some behavioral issues and wasn't so focused on my academics. So that led me not applying or taking the SAT or ACT directly to college. So I started off on this path, but I always had a desire to learn. Even if I wasn't doing well in certain subjects, I kept at it. And so I started going to American River College. And now, when I went there, I was also working as a courtesy clerk. I was a bagger at a store called Lucky's. It was then bought out by a company named Albertsons, and it changed into something else, I think Save Mart. And if you guys are from California, you're aware of these stores I'm talking about. But when I was buying my books with my little financial aid and Pell Grant money, there were some other students that were getting their checks that were also in college. But when I was going to Davies Hall to English 1A and 1B, or I was going over to the biotech center to take math and physics, there were some brothers that were in the cafeteria. They were fly, had on the new Jordans, the Phone Posits, the Penny Hardaways, but something that they didn't have, and it stuck out to me, niggas didn't have no books. You know, you would come out of class and you would go to the cafeteria to get something to eat, and these niggas would be playing dominoes. Come back 3 hours later, the same niggas playing dominoes. All across the campus, hollering at big booty chicks, because you know the first 3 weeks is when everybody get their financial aid checks and then they drop out. And this is what I saw. College students, no books. But at the same time, new shoes on their feet. You know, I then went back a few years, 10 years, just maybe to get a transcript or something, or just to drive by the school and see everything was. I was already done with my associates and bachelors. And guess who I saw? Many of those same niggas with the latest stuff on. They knew me, I knew them, and we talked about what I was doing, what they was doing. They was doing the same shit, and they was still fly, had no books. You wondering, like, what am I talking about? What am I getting at? Oh, Shay, you know what, nigga? I understand they got no books, but what do you mean when you say that? I'm glad you asked this question, because what I've noticed about a lot of you black men, you will invest in everything around you. You will invest in looking good for women. Boy, you will put 37 inches rims on them Buick Roadmasters. You will put, some of y'all will put Gucci in your inside of your interior. Nigga, you don't even own a Gucci shirt, but you got Gucci in your Cadillac. I mean, I don't understand how you do it. You got gold grills in your mouth, and some of y'all, you got all kind of, you got iPhones, ain't even out yet. But brother, if it come to investing in something that's gonna move you up, you don't have no money for that. You can't even buy the books or to invest in the programs. that will help move you forward in your life. And then when there's an opportunity for you to do something, you will sit around and say it cost too goddamn much. I can't believe that cost that. Let's talk about tutoring. Brothers, I had a problem with Algebra 2 because I was out of school for such a long time, and I had a tutor named Chris that I was spending. He would come by the house. This was in 2015 $15 an hour. That was actually, to me, a lot of money, and my mom used to help me pay for it. My dad helped me pay for it too, and I paid for it. But when I used to tell my friends I had math tutoring that I would do 3 to 4 times a week and that I was paying for it, people couldn't understand. Man, you crazy. You paying all that money? And then I used to think to myself, nigga, how can you not pay it? Do you want to be stuck here the rest of your life doing nothing? Like, you know that you need this to move forward in your life, but you would not pay it because you want to be cheap with yourself. But guess who did pay it? I did. Even here in the comment sections, I have people come in all the time talking shit about me. You had to go all the way to Poland to go to medical school because you couldn't get in. Meanwhile, nigga, I have more education than the person talking shit about me. And see, the thing about it, not to brag, but see, I've invested so much in my education, it don't even matter. I could always be a doctor in the first world country with my degree. Whether it be the UK, whether it be Ireland, whether it be Australia, or back home. See, all that I have been investing thousands of dollars in time and hours, so I won't be limited in what the fuck I can do with my life. And see, when it comes to white people at these same colleges that I was going to in schools, they wasn't in school with the newest Jordans. They had on them Birkenstock sandals, dirty, dingy jeans, same hoodie on. Black kids laughing at them and stuff, but these guys are getting PhDs in physiology, writing books, publishing research papers. One dude I know had a PhD in organic chemistry. He's making well over $100,000 a year. I had a dude that tutored me in physics for the MCAT, and he's somewhere in Switzerland making all kinds of money. And then there's you, who's sitting back talking to shit about people who invest in their actual life. And this is what I want to talk about you, black men. When it comes to your own development, brother, what is your investment in yourself? In things that can help you. It don't have to be a college education, brother, but is it anything that you can do? Any type of, or could it be plumbing? Could it be truck driving? I mean, why are you so cheap with yourself? And some of you, you have kids, you don't mind paying for your sons and stuff for them to go to basketball tournaments, and they want to go to football camps. You'll pay for that. But little Ray, when he needs an algebra tutor, you want to call me somebody, or in this, or somebody like myself, and do it for the free, give you the hookup, and I don't mind doing it. But I'm busy. I got things to do. You won't pay the $1,000 in a year to make sure that your son has those SAT scores he needs to qualify, or that your daughter has those SAT scores to qualify, or to have that score or prerequisites to get into that engineering program, or to get that scholarship. Or see, you can't do that because see, with everything else that you want the hookup, and then you wonder why the black race is behind. But white people, Pakistani people, everybody is working double jobs, sending their kids to top-notch tutoring programs. I used to see it all the time at Sac State. I used to go there, and if you guys know anything about Sacramento State University, it's right next to a all-girls school named St. Francis. St. Francis is, I think, either on 59th or 65th, and Sac State was on 65th. So I think St. Francis is somewhere on 59th, and it's not too far from downtown. And I would see girls in their uniform, parents sending them to the library to get tutored in math at $30 an hour, because their kids are going to always kick your kid's ass in everything that they do. You see, this is how their kids become senators. Not senators, senators, okay? Ghetto. This is how their kids become real estate brokers, or own companies, or startups, have successful things in life. And your kids, because you don't understand the importance of that, they fall behind. They don't go to the top schools. Although now we even have more opportunity, but we have less skilled kids in the top schools, or even in medical school. And a lot of people talk shit about me because I came overseas, but do you know that we had more blacks in medical school 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago than we do now, and we got more medical schools open? But niggas don't want to invest in themselves. And then you will say, oh, how the white man has his foot on your neck. How the white man is holding you back. But I come to college campuses, nigga, and I see you out there in the cafeteria hollering at bitches. I see you outside in the quad hollering at bitches. I see you making jokes. I see you rapping and freestyling. I see you just going there to hang out, but you don't have no books. I see you with the iPhone, but with no books. I see you driving to the college campuses, but with no books. And then I see your kids doing the same shit. I see them playing basketball. I see them scoring, but can't read. I see your daughter with the newest shit on, but can't write or can barely spell. And the only thing she can spell is whatever's in a text message. But see, that is what you're at right now. That's where we are at. That's what we are dealing with. And again, I got to blame you. And the only thing that you can do in this part of Black America is you niggas got to get your motherfucking shit together, man. Y'all have to start investing in these tutoring for your kids, for yourself. Nigga, it ain't never too late to learn. I'm here 37 years old right now. Don't you know I'm about to spend big money on preparation materials, videos, lectures, conferences. That's something else y'all don't do. Conferences, networking gigs. That costs money. Y'all don't want to pay it. It costs, nigga. For you to get something, it costs to get into certain skill sets. It costs to get into certain communities, to get development, nigga. That's not free. It costs. You gotta pay, and be proud to pay for that type of shit. Everybody else pay for that type of shit, but you. And you wonder why you don't get nowhere. People sometimes pay all kind of money to get into certain kind of tutoring programs, all kind of money to get into certain kind of courses. But for you, you can't pay it. But you can pay to go to Brazil. You can go to pay to the Dominican Republic and check that off. You can pay to do all that. You can pay to put honey oil on bitches' booties. You can do all that though, can't you? See? And this is exactly why you ain't going to be shit. This is why people going to continue to laugh at your ass behind your back. Start investing in you, nigga. Because you got the ability, you got the talent. Everybody else is investing in themselves. But what about you? I'm out.